To be very honest with you, when you didn't ask the question, you put it out there, is whether or not I identify as gay. And the answer is I don't identify as gay, but I do identify as bisexual.
Welcome back to my channel. Tyquan Love here, and you are my love types. Today we have hot topics, current events, literally straight off the press. We have Andrew Gillum and his infidelity with another man. Please be sure to like our video. Please spam the comments. Give me some feedback on this. Andrew Gillum, Florida candidate for governor about a year and a half ago, I would say. Then went on to do commentary for CNN.
The Institute of Politics at Harvard Kennedy School announced that Gillum would also be a 2019 resident fellow during the spring semester.
And actually, we went to school together. I'm a little bit younger than he is, but I was in my first year of college. He was in his last year of college. Once he graduated, he did become elected, the youngest elected official in Florida. He went to FAMU, and he was very, very astute, very well-spoken, overall, seemingly good guy. And I believe that he still is. I don't have anything against Andrew Gillum. I really enjoy watching him speak on CNN, watching him speak at his rallies when he was running for governor. The problem that came up was about 6 months ago. He was caught naked on the floor in his own vomit. Now this made national headline news. It was something that he couldn't come back from this. It was clear as day that there was some foul play, whether it be drugs or sex or even alcoholism. There was a lot of speculation that he was seeing a prostitute, a young white male. Not sure if it was a one-time thing or an ongoing thing, but there was speculation about that too. Everything is alleged. He finally spoke out for the first time on Tamron Hall's new show, and that was her first episode actually. It came out on Monday, September the 14th, 2020, and I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but from what I gathered from seeing what I saw, it seemed as if he was it seemed like it was very rehearsed in a sense. He was justifying what he did, but didn't really go into detail and answer a lot of the questions that Tamron Hall really, needed him to answer, or wanted him to answer rather, because he was so in this zone of, okay, well, if I did this, other people have done worse, or other people have done things and they're still great politicians and so on and so forth.
Donald Trump is president.
I don't agree with how he justified things, because I feel like if you come out and say, oh well, I did this, but look what they did, it's like you're not accepting or acknowledging your wrongdoing. Because if you have to turn it back on someone else, to me, that's tit for tat, and that's just very, take the fire off of me.
Where the fire at? Where's she at?
You seem to me very victimish. It seemed like instead of him acknowledging or accepting or expressing or apologizing to the public, even though the public is not owed an apology, it feels as if he was going into a rehearsal type diplomatic approach of, okay, well, you know what, this is how I'm going to come out of this, instead of I'm going to just be an example and say, hey, look, I did wrong, XYZ. The main issue, for me at least, is the fact that he was cheating on his wife. And in that interview, I don't think there was any kind of admission of guilt. when it comes to that.
What was most hurtful was this belief that I was somehow living a lie in my marriage.
He went on to say about his rehab that he went to. He went on to say that he went there for alcoholism and depression. For me, great, go to rehab. Rehab does wonders for many people, but you have to wonder to yourself, or wonder to the world, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that's putting me in this situation? Not what Trump is doing, because he mentioned Trump's name. Not what is it that another politician is doing because they had a scandal. If you want to be who you say you are and help people, you have to be the man to just acknowledge who you are and your truth. He said that he was
Be
bisexual.
very honest with you when you didn't ask the question. You put it out there, is whether or not I identify as gay, and the answer is I don't identify as gay, but I do identify as bisexual.
That was a piece of it, but I kind of felt like it was like you putting your hand out there and then taking it right back, in my opinion. It's not as if he was really admitting full guilt or full responsibility for the wrongdoing that he did on his marriage. Now, we don't know everything about the marriage. They call it a covenant that should stay between them. But when you're caught out, people take pictures of you, and he could have been framed with those pictures. He could have been at the point where he was, followed around by whoever, and pictures were taken on purpose to set him up. Who knows? But he was at that point already in the issue, in the problem, in the experiences of being with this man. And the man came out and said all these things about what they were doing. And it was just to me, I don't know, I just feel like I want him to grow, I want him to be better. I appreciate, what he's at least accomplished thus far, and I want him to keep going. But I want him to, this is me personally, and I know the public does too, apologize to your wife publicly for what had happened, and take some responsibility for your actions. We don't care, at least me, I don't care if you're gay, if you're bisexual, if you're heterosexual, as long as you do what you say you're going to do for the people of this nation, of the state that you live in, any political figure that you hold, that you have a job to do to kind of help, the working class or the poor people or the middle class, you have to continue with that. It's just hard to say how it's gonna go on in the future for him. Who knows? To me, it sounds like I may not be called to this, so I may go on and do something else. It's like, okay, are you gonna do more interviews? Are you gonna start, are you gonna write a book about this? Like what's gonna happen? Who knows what's gonna happen? There's no set path for what's gonna happen with Andrew Gillum, but I do understand that he has children to take care of. I understand that he has a wife that they're trying to work things out from this. And being bisexual and being married to a straight woman, this is my opinion only. If you're bisexual, whether you're male or female, you should be with somebody who's also bisexual. I don't agree with the bisexual male being with a straight woman, a heterosexual male being with a bisexual woman. I just don't agree with it. That's just my opinion. And I feel like if you're going to be bisexual, then you can be together if you're both bisexual. But to me, the marriage that they have is not going to last. It's my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And until next time, thanks again for watching, Love Tights.